All right, so are you ready to dive into DeepSeek with us today?
Always wanted to dive into some AI.
Okay, awesome, because this new app,
It's making some serious waves.
yeah, it is. It's even like...
Taking on the big guys like Google's Gemini.
Exactly, and we're going to try to like figure out what's really going on.
Is it all hype? Or
Yeah, is it something bigger
is
than...
it here to stay?
Yeah, exactly, and get this right
Okay.
for a hot minute. DeepSeek's traffic actually like zoomed past Gemini's.
Whoa, hold on. Really? Like
Yeah.
surpassed it?
Surpassed it, so we got to see, can they keep that up?
That's the big question.
Right, and to help us like break it all down.
Yeah.
We've got this super interesting article from AI Times.
Oh, from Korea?
Yeah, from the Korean AI Times, and they've got some like early user reactions.
Oh, that's what we need, like the ground truth.
Exactly. So is DeepSeek the real deal?
Or just a fad.
Yeah, let's find out.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first up,
DeepSeek's rise has been...
meteoric. It's been insane. I mean, like,
It's not every day a newcomer just bursts onto the scene like that.
especially in the AR world.
Yeah, it's a crowded space.
So like, remember when that new game console came out and like
oh, yeah. And
everyone tried to get it?
the
but-
servers crashed.
Yes,
Well,
total meltdown.
It feels like that's what's happening with DeepSeek right now.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. AI Times reported 4.9 million daily visitors.
Whoa.
At its peak,
That's more than Gemini.
more than Gemini, they had 1.5 million.
Okay, so they blew past them.
Blew past them. And get this, they did this in like
Not months.
days. That's unheard of.
I know, right?
But like, it's not just about the numbers.
Right.
It's the why. What is it about DeepSeek that's pulling people in?
Okay, so let's like dig into that.
Okay.
What's the user experience really like?
Okay, so,
Is it as good as everyone's saying?
well, the AI Times article highlighted a lot of positive feedback, like a lot.
Really?
And people are saying the quality is comparable to ChatGPT,
Okay, so that's
which is impressive for a newcomer.
saying something.
Some users even said, and I quote this, DeepSeek is not that different from ChatGPT.
Wow, so they're like
In the same league.
in the same league when it comes to quality.
It seems like it.
But hold on, I'm remembering something else from that article. Like DeepSeek couldn't answer some questions about sensitive topics.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, doesn't that like raise some red flags?
Yeah, that is a concern. It seems like they have some limitations when it comes to sensitive or controversial subjects.
Like they couldn't answer questions about certain historical events?
Yeah, or political figures.
Right, exactly. And remember,
Yeah.
DeepSeek also had those server issues,
Oh, right, with that huge influx of users.
especially from China.
Oh, yeah. They even surpassed Dubao over there.
I know.
Their poor tech team.
I know, right? Their service monitoring has been like
Flashing red.
flashing red ever since.
You can't build a digital empire on shaky servers.
Right.
If they want to keep this going, they got to figure that out.
For sure. And then there's the competition.
Oh, yeah, we can't forget about that.
OpenAI and Google aren't just going to sit back and watch this happen.
Right, they're not going to just hand over the keys of the kingdom.
Exactly.
They've got years of experience, massive resources, features that DeepSeek just can't match yet.
Like what kinds of features are we talking?
Agent functionality, voice assistance, even multimodal capabilities.
Multimodal capabilities?
Yeah, it sounds sci-fi.
It does sound pretty futuristic.
It basically means the AI can understand text, images, audio, video, all at the same time.
Wow. Okay, so that's like next level.
It is. And right now, Google's Gemini is the only one who's really nailed that.
Okay, so Google's got a leg up there, but
Yeah.
OpenAI is not just...
Sitting around.
Yeah, they're making moves too, right?
Oh, absolutely. They actually made their O3 mini model free.
Really?
Yeah, which is a big deal. Now everyone can experience those reasoning capabilities.
So it's like they're saying,
Hey, look what we can do.
yeah, and look how it works.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're opening up the black box.
Which is kind of like what DeepSeek's been doing all along.
Oh, yeah, with their transparent approach.
Right, so it's like OpenAI saw that and was like,
Oh, we can do that too?
yeah, game on, right?
It's getting interesting.
It's heating up. So we've got DeepSeek, this like...
Feisty newcomers shaking things up.
Right.
And then we've got the heavy hitters like OpenAI and Google flexing their muscles.
So who really has the power here?
That's the question, isn't it? And I think it comes down to the user.
Whoa. Okay, I like that. Explain that a little bit.
All right, so why should you, the listener, care about this whole AI app showdown?
Yeah, why does it matter?
Because your choices determine which of these apps succeeds.
Really?
Think about it. They're all vying for your attention, your data, your loyalty. It's like they're all auditioning
Oh, that's a great way to put
their
it.
starring role in your life.
Yeah, so like the success of any of these apps comes down to
Us,
us.
the users,
It's about who can like
offer the best
the
experience,
best feature.
the most value.
Yeah, exactly. So can DeepSeek actually pull this off?
Can they win over users in the long run?
Yeah, that's what we got to find out.
And we'll dig into that in the next part of our deep dive.
Stay tuned.
So we talked about DeepSeek kind of shaking things up, right?
Yeah, like giving those big AI companies a run for their money.
Exactly. But let's like look at it from DeepSeek's side for a second.
Okay, flip the script.
Yeah. What challenges are they facing? Can they really...
Hold their own against these giants.
Yeah, because it's one thing to have a strong start, right?
Right, it's like a marathon.
Exactly. You can't just sprint the whole way.
You gotta pace yourself. So what are some hurdles they need to clear?
Well, for starters, those server issues we mentioned.
Oh, right, those shaky servers.
Can they handle all those new users?
That's a big one. They gotta fix that fast.
And then there's, like, resources, you know?
Oh, yeah. OpenAI and Google, they got deep pockets.
Years of research.
Can DeepSeek keep up with that?
Like David versus Goliath.
Totally. But remember, David had his slingshot?
That's true. DeepSeek's got its own advantages.
Like what?
Their transparency that's been a big hit.
Oh, yeah, everyone loves that.
Remember OpenAI making their O3 mini model free?
Oh, yeah, like they were like, we can do that too.
Right, it was a direct response to DeepSeek.
And you know what's interesting?
What's that?
DeepSeek's approach is like impacting other stuff too, like data labeling.
Oh yeah, the AI Times mentioned that.
Yeah, it's not something we usually think about, but
It's crucial though.
it is. It's like the backbone of all these AI models.
Like teaching a kid right from wrong, you got to show them examples.
So how's DeepSeek's changing things up in the data labeling world?
Well, their open source approach has made good quality training data way more accessible.
Oh, wow. So it's like,
A ripple effect.
yeah, it's impacting more than just the AI app world.
Exactly. It shows how everything's connected.
That's why we do these deep dives.
To uncover those connections.
Yeah, see how tech's shaping everything.
All right, but let's zoom back in on DeepSeek.
Okay, back to our main player.
They've got strengths for sure, but what about weaknesses?
Yeah, what could hold them back?
Well, one thing that comes to mind is competition.
Oh, right. We talked about OpenAI and Google.
But there are tons of others out there.
Can DeepSeek stand out from the crowd?
That's the big question. They got to be more than just a transparent AI.
So they need to keep innovating.
Exactly, and listen to their users.
Speaking of users, what's drawing people to DeepSeek in the first place?
Well, besides the transparency,
Yeah.
affordability seems to be huge.
Oh, that makes sense. Not everyone can afford those premium AI features.
Right, DeepSeek's making things more accessible.
It's like they're democratizing AI.
Exactly, and it's putting pressure on other companies too.
Like, remember when Google made a cheaper version of Gemini?
Yep, classic case of competition benefiting the consumer.
Okay, so affordability is great, but what about the actual experience?
Like, how easy is it to use?
Yeah, and the features, does it stack up against the competition?
That's where things get a little tricky.
How so?
People like DeepSeek's quality and reasoning, but it's still a little rough around the edges.
Like, what do you mean?
Some users have pointed out limitations with certain tasks or types of content.
So it's still a work in progress.
Yeah, but with a ton of potential.
It's like watching a startup grow.
You see the potential, but can they execute?
Yeah, can they stay ahead of the curve?
That brings up another point.
Okay.
Can they build a sustainable ecosystem?
What do you mean by that?
Like, can they keep users engaged and coming back for more?
So it's not just about attracting new users.
Right, it's about building a community.
Yeah, like a loyal fan base.
Exactly. Think about Apple. They're not just selling product.
They're selling an experience.
Exactly, an emotional connection.
So it's not just about the tech, it's about the people using it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay, so as we wrap up this part,
Yeah.
I've got some questions.
Hit me.
Can DeepSeek overcome these challenges?
Yeah.
Can they really make a lasting impact?
To answer that, we got to shift gears a bit. Okay, from the tech to
The human side of things.
what do users want? What are they looking for?
We got to dive into.
Into consumer psychology.
No, that's a deep dive I can get behind.
All right, so in the final part,
Yeah.
we'll be putting on our consumer hats.
Let's do it. Try and understand what makes users tick.
It's going to be fascinating.
Stay tuned for a journey into the minds of the people shaping the future of AI. All right, so we've looked at the tech, the competition, all that stuff surrounding DeepSeek.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
But for this last part, let's talk about the most important part.
The users.
The users, exactly.
It's easy to get caught up in the algorithms and all that, but
Right.
AI apps live or die by the people using them.
It's like building a house, right?
Oh, I like that analogy.
You need that solid foundation. But it's got to be a home people actually want to live in.
Yeah, it needs that design and functionality.
Okay, so what makes an AI app appealing to users? What are they looking for?
Well, one thing that comes up all the time is ease of use.
Okay, so it's got to be easy to use.
People want something intuitive, you know?
Yeah, they don't want to need a computer science degree to use it.
Exactly. Like driving a car, you just want to get in and go.
Right. No one wants to be fiddling with a complicated interface.
Or reading a manual.
Exactly. Okay, so ease of use is key, but what about features?
Oh, features are huge. People want an AI that can do it all.
Like, what kind of stuff are we talking?
Generating text, translating languages, writing different creative stuff, answering your questions in an informative way.
So it's like a Swiss Army knife, those AI tools.
Exactly. The more versatile, the better.
Okay, so usability features, what else is important?
Trust.
That's a good one.
Yeah, especially as AI becomes more and more a part of our lives.
We need to know we can rely on it.
So do you think DeepSeek's doing a good job building trust?
Well, their transparency is a good start.
Yeah, I like that they show you how the AI is thinking.
It's like a chef explaining their recipe.
Oh, that's a good one.
You not only enjoy the dish more,
Right.
but you trust the chef more too. So it's like DeepSeek's saying, hey, we're not hiding anything.
Here's how we do it.
But trust is more than just transparency, right?
Oh, yeah. It's about consistency, reliability, meeting expectations.
So how's DeepSeek doing in those areas?
They're getting there. They need to make sure their AI is accurate and relevant.
No weird errors or biases.
Exactly. And they need to be responsive to feedback.
So it's like running a restaurant, right?
Yeah, you can have a great menu.
But
if the service is bad, no one comes back.
consistency is key. Okay, so we talked about OpenAI and Google. How do they build trust?
Well, OpenAI's been kind of showing off their AI's capabilities,
Like, look how amazing our AI is.
Exactly. Big projects, partnerships, that sort of thing.
Okay, and Google?
They've been integrating their AI into stuff people already use.
Like their other products and services?
Yeah, it's like saying our AI is already a part of your life.
So two different approaches, both interesting.
It's too early to tell which one will win out.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
What should our listeners be thinking about as they navigate this AI world?
I think the main thing is to stay curious, stay informed.
Yeah, don't be afraid to experiment with different AI apps.
Try them out, see what they can do, give feedback to the developers.
Your voice matters.
You can help shape the future of AI.
It's a wild ride.
It is. We're all figuring it out together.
Well said. It's an exciting time to be watching this all unfold.
It is.
And we need to make sure AI is used ethically and responsibly.
Couldn't agree more.
So keep exploring, keep learning, keep asking questions.
That's what makes it so fascinating.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the world of DeepSeek. Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.